Hi, I'm Shaken Gaming. Welcome to my second roster review, this time of iEatBunnys, the second winner in my full roster review application sign-up thing competition. Call it what you want. Sadly, it's more or less the same THP as the last one, but I didn't pick the characters. The random picker website did for me, so I didn't really get to pick and choose. But it's a different roster. I've looked a bit at it. First of all, you can see it's much higher in battlegrounds, and that alone says that it's probably more optimized than the first one I looked at. But let's look into it. I'm just going to move my character portrait because right now it's best up here, but when we go into the heroes, it's better in the upper left corner. So be right back. So here's the characters. A lot of gear 11. I don't see any gear 12. No, not yet. But I bet some of them are close. And down at the bottom we have a lot of level 1s, which is perfectly fine. As long as it's not important characters. And all of these are up for discussion really. Except Pigwall, maybe he's so good in the raid, but he's also been nerfed, so yeah, it's discussable, all of these. It's the right characters that are down here, definitely. Better choices than my own, I have to say, because I've used many different from time to time. Everyone else is basically gear 11 and level 80, so that's pretty decent. Let's look into them. We have speed and potency and buff, which is fine. Good speed and potency up here. Let's see, 49. That's well enough for most arena content and battleground. Only when you go into the raid you want more. And then he has this potency and lifesteal clover thing. The main thing about buff really is to get the potency. He's not doing a lot of damage, so whether his crit chance go up or not doesn't really matter for him. So the proc chance is a waste, but the rest is good. 2 pieces to gear 12. Talan, a bit too much crit chance, could be optimized down just to 70%, but it all depends on which runes and artifacts you have available. You're using the grey one here, that's different. This is the setup that gives the most damage, period. But in arena and battleground, you can go 2 ways. I've went the speedy way, going with speed and critical hit chance, but this is the damage setup. It's the best for her, definitely, with crit damage down here is the optimal, and damage up here. But naturally, to be able to use her in arena, you need to land those debuffs, so she needs some potency. But that was just to explain the ideal setup. This is one of the first you want to get to gear 12 if you can. Renara, speed and able to live, that's good. Probably would have, I'm going to say this several times I suppose, but going for those gear 12s on your very best characters is priority, and taking 4 pieces on Renara might be a bit overkill. But she's a good character, no doubt about that. This one is nice as well. She only does single target damage, and she can be lucky and proc some invisibility, making her even safer. So that's nice. This guy, he wants crit chance, which he doesn't have. He really don't need the damage set. Potency is good and critical hit chance is good, because he's nearly always the leader, and his leadership ability benefits so much from having a lot of both crit chance and potency. So that's the way you want to go with him. You want him a bit higher. The potency is good for PvP content, but it's too low for the raid. Tenacity could go down a bit, but then the crit chance that makes all the chain assists happen is too low to happen. So I would prioritize that, and there's more potency, maybe change that around to a critical hit chance, even though you do get 7.5 crit chance extra here if he hits 9 times. In theory he will go up that. That's quite a lot of hits, which will only happen during an raid fight, and for that you want his potency higher, so it's a bit, he can be better, definitely. This guy is looking good. Anything that can make him survive, and then some speed. That's, who cares what the rest is. Yeah, stuck with that one as most of us. Not very good, but not very bad either. And tenacity enough to keep him alive, which is perfectly fine. Some green artifacts, but we can't all have purple 4-dot on every character. I don't either, don't think that. This guy, potency and speed, which is what he has. He wants potency up here, he does have that. And I would probably give him more potency up here, but yeah, he gets potency down here, but only if he gets debuffed first, and then only up to 4.8%. And he has to basically get debuffed 4 times to be able to get that. So that might be a bit low. I would swap it out with a potency one, definitely. Nightingale, she can go damage, crit chance. She can go speed, crit chance. She can go speed, potency. She can go so many ways. Everything is more or less fine on her. Depending on whether you use her as a leader or you use her under a Talan lead. This one is nice. It's not fantastic or anything, but it's good enough, really. Ember. That might be better than the purple one, really, that you saw on the other roster review, because you just need to have a critical hit here to get improvements instead of having to kill someone, which isn't very often you get that chance. But life, no. You want crit chance here instead. And you want damage up here. She's not that squishy, really. That can be crit chance, but better than that crit damage if you put 2 crit chances in here. She's a huge damage dealer, and that's all she does, and she's not really that squishy. She's got decent armor percentages, and she's got decent health and life, so skip those if I were you. Sarah, that's also good. Damage and potency, definitely 2 things you want on her. 60% potency is very fine, definitely. To be able to land those initial debuffs on the opponent team. 40% crit chance is also nice. I guess you have that here, yes, definitely. And she can do some big swings, do a lot of damage. And you use purple Murdoch here to get even more crit chance and health, and you could swap this up to one of the others that needed crit chance, because this is actually quite a good artifact, and Sarah isn't that good. Not to have the best artifacts anyway. She deserves a good artifact, but this one could go up on one of the others that needed crit chance and then level it up a bit. That one's worth it, in my opinion. Patriarch Kree is waiting for a Panda rework, otherwise he is more or less useless. So whatever you put here is just fine leftover stuff, but that is overkill, in my opinion. Trumgar. You want him to keep his taunt. That's what he's there for. If he loses his taunt, if he loses his retaliation, that wasn't that. It was over here. If he loses the retaliation, then he's more or less doomed. The counterattack. So you would probably at least want to take the health ones out and put more tenacity on. And I know the stuns are nice, but it's more important with the tenacity. Having 65% potency means he will basically stun every single character you meet in PvP content except opponent tanks. If you can stun just the other characters, that's more than plenty. So taking out those 22% and throwing them into tenacity instead will make him tankier, keep his taunt, keep your team alive, and he will still be able to stun more or less all the characters he faces. And if the other characters have a lot of tenacity, then 65% isn't enough anyway. So, and that might be the best artifact for Trumgar. No comments there. Garrett is going very nice. He's 6 stars, so he's one of the higher ones in the game. Potency is the way to go, and lifesteal to keep him alive, which is very fine. Fast and potency, that's good. You have some good potency Northwest rooms. I envy those. I have very few that are both potency and honor potency with decent speed. So, congrats on that. This is well set up. Shadar, yep, can be used in lack of the purple that no one have. And potency here again with a little bit of speed. You are very lucky with your runes, mate. Ooh. No, sorry, I looked on that one. Critical damage, not really beneficial to him with his low crit chance, but it's fine, really, if you needed that. That's accepted. Revol, he needs some potency, but he needs everything, and you have the potency. That's very good, very good. Not that high crit chance, but still it's probably the best setup with crit damage here anyway to get the highest potential of him. And yet another potency with a speed on it, that's very good. He could go faster, but in some setups you want him slow, so I won't comment on the 23 here. Revol is one of those characters that sometimes in some setups benefit more from being slow than being fast, because you can apply bleeds and such before he goes swinging his big weapon. Spear, it's called, if I could speak. Lake, also waiting a rework, but he can still do a lot of damage combined with Lake. He doesn't need the potency, so that's perfectly fine. He could do with a crit chance instead of the health, but it's decent, and he can retaliate on his own leadership and gain health back. Good. Hardhawk, speed and potency, or speed and tenacity, which is fine either. He's got a bit weak artifact. He should get a higher level horn, but I know you can't have everything. 218, not the fastest Hardhawk I've seen, but it's good enough. Kiri, one of the big ones, and that's tenacity all the way around, and 113, that's perfect. 14 actually. Yeah, well, you get the big tenacity boost, I can see that. The penetration does nothing. And the counter attack, 40% chance to happen once per battle isn't a lot, but it will happen sooner or later, and I can see it helpful because when she retaliates, where is that? That's over here. A counter attack restores shield by 10%. So the round that she gets with counter attack, that's good. I don't use it, but I can see why you do. Cruel, yeah, the only one really that helps her. I would probably go potency on her instead, because this one needs potency to give the enemy tank invisibility, and that's what she's about, and then the great reflection. Other than that, okay. Frankie boy, nope. Potency, no. Low crit chance and low potency, that is not what Frank is about. He is about applying shock and critting, so your team will keep going with goblins. But coming to think of it, he's very good in tower hard mode if you do that. And if you do that with Frank, I can see the idea because his heal does a lot more, and that gives shield on top of it. So if you are going for hard tower currently, that is a decent setup for Frank. If not, I would change it around to give him some potency and crit chance. Boreas is a pure damage dealer, but as always, as long as your crit chance is below 65 or something, can't remember the exact number, but it's around there, then crit damage is never the optimal choice. You will go with damage setup instead. But you can't have everything on your runes, so if you don't have better, you can use this. You want damage up there if you want the ideal, and you want critical damage down here as you have. So it's not too bad. And no, I can never remember what he gives himself. He gives crit damage, not crit increase. Just need to look at Kagi while we're at it, but you didn't level him, so that doesn't matter. No, there's no critical hit chance increase on Kagi either, just had to check that. Change rooms on Boreas. What did he have here? He's got that one bleeding thingy. And he only does single target damage, so that's good. Let me check how much I want to comment on your artifacts, because I think most of them are level 0. Yeah, most of them are. I'm not sure I want to comment on level 0 artifacts because they give so little benefit. I'll just comment on those you've leveled on the following. Hera, speed, health. Yeah, that's okay, I suppose. She does fit from speed to recover turn meter when she isn't hit, and apply dodge and stuff like that, but it's not mandatory. Yeah, not commenting on that. Buddy raid setup with full potency, which is perfect. Speed, hard to get much higher, and some more potency here, which is perfect. I'm not going to say anything more about Betty. She's a solid raid character, and that's it. Kyra, on the other hand, this looks a bit... she can dish out a lot of damage, and her debuffs are actually quite good. But her potency is a bit low. Her speed is okay, actually, even though. But she won't do a lot of damage with this setup. So potency up here, critical hit chance or critical damage down here. Yeah, if you don't use her that much, it's not a big thing, but just minor improvements. Count Delman, he went tanky. Wow. Why? This is wrong. He's not. He's supposed to be a damage dealer. He can make some crazy big hits. And you have him on gear 11. You should... ouch. Yeah, that's not good either, but it's level 0. I'm not commenting on that. I would change this to something that does damage, whatever. Of course, the ideal usual setup with critical hit chance and damage, but he's not a tank, so... I suppose you've made this in to make him survive in arena. That's one option. You could also go with tenacity to not make him get debuffed. But it does the job. It's okay for arena. Again, this one I don't like it, but I can see it makes sense on him. Keeps him alive, increases his damage, and he has the very high likelihood for at least once per battle to heal himself or his shield up. Gorham, I want to see critical hit chance and not much else on him to make him get atoms to taunt. That's his job, being fast, summoning pigs, and critting. Nothing else really, so that could be changed. But he doesn't miss. And he restores 3% health every turn. Yeah, that's not good. I would go full critical hit chance on him. That's his main job. As fast as possible and as much crit chance as possible. But I guess you already saw the review on Herbalist, so you know that already. But you can't change everything from day to day. Potency, damage, crit chance, everything that goes on this guy. It's just a matter of which way you want to take him. So this is okay. Even though the crit damage down here isn't that important when your crit chance is so low because you're running potency instead. But that will land on more or less everything except the raid, so that's very good. Santara, yeah, that's fine. It's not the best. Health is really just throw away if you have better armor ones because they are stronger, but most people don't collect armor runes with speed because you want most tanks slow, so you don't have a lot of them. I don't either, just to mentioning that it will make her better, but this is fine as well. And armor or tenacity up here to keep her going, that's fine as well, and shield, fine by me. For Alia, she's damage dealer. If she is under Talan lead, she wants more crit chance. She wants crit chance here, you got that. And she wants crit chance here, you don't have that. Crit chance here will help you. Anything better than a 0. She does a lot of damage and she has a big use ability. So, but you already have 9 here. But you don't have crit chance, you have 1 and a 1.6 there, and that's the only one, 1.1. So your runes really, see if you have some other. You can use the same setup, just see if you can find some with more secondary crit chance on them is my suggestion, and then the artifact swapped to a critical hit chance. For example, I think there is some on this guy you could change over, since he's got a lot. No? Yeah, no, that's only 1.7 again. 1.17, sorry. No, he just has more critical hit chance, it looks like. Naturally. Base, I mean. That's fine. That's, of course, the ideal is critical damage down there and damage up here, but he's not that important, so you can change it if you are going to optimize everything, but otherwise you can keep it as it is. This one, under the land lead, that is the best setup you can get, because it will go high enough. Enough said about that. Another level 0. Damage up there, critical damage down there. So swap that one if you have, again, decent speed considering the rune she's wearing. Titania. Let's check it out. 72% tenacity, but she needs a bit less tenacity than Kiri, for example, because she can dodge some of the hits. But you definitely want a better artifact on her, since she is one of the best tanks in the game. So I would give her a better artifact for sure, with tenacity or something else. Health, not crit chance. You can also go armor, that will help her more, I think. There's nothing on her setup that says benefits from health, I think. And the armor ones does give more survivability, so I would change those two to armor wounds at least. And the artifact. Amara, nope. Change the runes, don't go damage instead of critical damage. And then you have a level 15 best in slot for Amara, definitely. She's not that great, not going to say much more. Not ideal runes, but good enough for her. And then there's this fat guy. He benefits from health on the other hand, so you can definitely do that. He will regen like crazy every turn by having 43k health on his passive, 20% of that every turn, so that's 8,000 more every turn he takes. That's a lot. But it will also go down fast when you have 0 armor runes, so they need to be tanky, these ones, to make it work. Health. Yeah, they are semi, at least. Not fully, but to some extent. What does he have? Nothing. Mega Wheel. Yeah. You can use that. I would probably do a bit more tenacity, because he needs to keep that taunt to make him viable in battlegrounds, which is, I suppose, where you use him. Bit more tenacity to make him keep the taunt, but he's not that important, so I guess it's fine. And his artifact is crap. Snorri, he's bad. Stop gearing him. Crit chance is actually high enough for when he does this Berserk Stance. No, sorry, when he does Berserk Stance, he gets 25% critical hit chance, and therefore this setup is the best for him. Perfect. Just need critical damage down there and damage up here to make it perfect, but he dies so easily, so unless you really want to aim for it, you can make a decent AoE setup in battlegrounds with him, together with a slower reroll, but then you need the best runes here. You also need to apply that bleed he does, and yeah, the potency can do that. Could be a bit higher if you want to make sure. Rantha is crap all the way through. She does absolutely nothing in the game. Sorry, she's hard to keep alive. She does no damage. When her bear is down, she dies too. She got one ability that's usable in the raid, which is very good in the last phase, the dragon phase, but that's it. I'm not fussed about her runes. Ma is better, but not by a lot. You have too many critical damage runes, but he does get near it with this one. Critical chance increase, and he will go up to more than he needs to make it the best, but only when he has the rage buff up. Otherwise he's got too little, but you can't swap all out at once, so keep it on him, I suppose. Potency on this guy, just to land the taunt. Yeah, why not? 43%, not a lot, but again, we're down in the low characters here. That can do. And some speed, even though I suppose there's not a lot on these. Oh, not too bad actually. That was only 4, but the others are okay. Because the faster he is, the faster he gets. Salvador, another important character. He's got an okay artifact, but it's not leveled, so it doesn't matter. And he also benefits from having some health, if I remember correctly. So that is usable. Where is it? Increases physical and an additional no. 40% chance to gain shield equal to 10% of health, max health. So there it is. He does benefit from having some health. But I'm not sure there's a big difference from having armor or health on Salvador on his overall survivability. It won't make much of a difference. He's set up for raid mode, so he needs to have enough potency. It's minimum, but it will do if you get Hardhawk stopped from his turn 1. Then that will do. Otherwise, if you don't manage to do that, you'll need a bit more. But yeah, one of the best raid characters in my opinion. I use him for every single raid. This lady, she wants to crit. She's got 47%, which is okay, and then she wants to live because she's rather squishy, so that's okay. She could use more crit, but she can also use more survivability, so that's fine. This one cannot use critical damage runes. It's not for him. He's got too low critical chance, and you want him to stun if you use him, so you need enough potency, which is a bit on the low end. Kelren, yeah, you want some tenacity on him again. These tanks lack tenacity, 36%, he will be dispelled instantly. You could just level that up a few levels really and he would be good. And put in one set of tenacity runes instead of the health ones. Illyria, yeah, well, bad. Mortha can't be used for anything, bad. Atom can be used. And he's got the absolute best artifact for him, no doubt about that. Apart from that, you just want to keep him alive. And you want him to apply his debuff to the enemies in Battlegrounds, which is pretty nice and not the worst critical hit chance. If he's even got anything, he doesn't. I'll take that back. It's a horrible critical chance. It's okay. You could put in one tenacity set. But see if you can keep some of the potency that he's got. Arno, he's on the way up. He's one of the few heroes that really benefit from having health. So that's perfect. That is a bit meh, but never mind. He's only gear 10. You're not 9. You're not using him yet. And this one should be potency all the way. Perfect. 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 Nothing to say there. Hilda, now we're getting down to the bottom. She's not ready. None of the rest are really ready. I think you should level some artifacts. I think you should find some of the key ones and go further than just level 15. You have a lot of good setups with runes, and you have the right characters. All the right ones are geared and leveled. It's mainly the crap ones that you've left behind, which is just the right choice. If I would take anyone up from down here, it would probably be Pigwald, as the current state of the game at least, and work on Arno as well. But going with Arno, you want to have Sergeant Pigwald also. So I don't see actually why you're going for Arno when your Pigwald is level 1, gear 1. Either stop that or take him with you. I think that's the main thing. Major Shot is also good in Battlegrounds, but it's a lot to take up just to use in Battlegrounds, so I think you're on the right way, definitely. Not much else to say, is there? He's in my arena shot, which I feel a bit bad about helping him, because it'll make my day worse. But there isn't much to say about his arena team either. I prefer the speedier one. He prefers the more damaging one. But he does get that more or less every day. So, and his battleground score is high. So good job, bunny eating man. Congrats on your review. That was the second one in this series. The last one I drawed also had similar total hero power, but I think I'm going to skip that one and make, because the one that won it said he would be okay with me doing one of a character of a player that had a bit lower total hero power. So I think I'll go with that. Either I'll pick one that applied, or I will draw again between the guys that have lowest total hero power that applied, to give some more strategy advice, because there wasn't much here. It's mainly just small bits and pieces here and there to optimize, not overall strategy long-term what to work on, because you have more or less everything already. Next goal is getting 10 teams and going over 1.3 million, which is the same I'm working on. So good luck with that. Have fun. And have a great day.